Before you conquer nations, conquer your emotions. The man who controlled himself ruled the greatest empire, Augustus Caesar. This isn't just a quote, it's the blueprint for a power that endures. Let's explore how self-control, not brute force, built the Roman Empire, and how you can use this ancient wisdom to build your own. History often remembers the great conquerors, the men of fire and fury. But what if the greatest power isn't found in the thunder of a charge, but in the silence of a disciplined mind? Today, we journey back to ancient Rome to uncover the story of a leader who changed the world not with a sword, but with self-mastery. This is the story of Augustus Caesar and the timeless lesson: self-control creates power. Imagine a young man, barely 18, thrust into the heart of a political hurricane. His name was Octavian, later to be known as Augustus. He wasn't a towering general or a seasoned politician. He was frail, often ill, and standing in the colossal shadow of his great uncle, the legendary Julius Caesar, who had just been assassinated. Rome was a snake pit of ambition, betrayal, and civil war. Everyone expected this boy to be another pawn, quickly swept off the board, but they underestimated him. They saw his youth as weakness. They didn't see the iron will he was forging within. While others postured and boasted, Octavian learned a different lesson. He chose discipline over pride, observation over arrogance. While Rome burned, consumed by the flames of civil war, Augustus did something remarkable. He remained calm. Mark Antony, a seasoned general, was driven by passion and ego. The assassins of Caesar were desperate and scattered, but Augustus, he stayed silent. He watched, he listened, he studied his rivals, learning their strengths, their vanities, and most importantly, their weaknesses. He understood that in a world of chaos, the person who controls their own reactions holds the ultimate advantage. His silence wasn't emptiness, it was a weapon being sharpened. He knew that impulsive action leads to predictable failure. True power lay in waiting for the perfect moment to strike, a moment that only patience could reveal. This is where the story gets fascinating. Augustus had every reason to seek bloody revenge for Caesar's murder. It was expected. It was the Roman way. But he chose a different path. Instead of launching a reckless campaign fueled by anger, he used his mind. He formed alliances with his enemies when it suited him and broke them when they no longer served his purpose. He used diplomacy where others would have used legions. He mastered the art of timing, making his moves with surgical precision, not with the wild swings of a berserker. This strategic patience is how he outmaneuvered every rival, including the formidable Mark Antony and Cleopatra. He became the first Roman emperor, not through a final bloody battle, but by making himself the only logical choice left. He didn't conquer Rome with an army, he won it with his mind. His power was built on a foundation of control. Once he held power, his self-control became even more crucial. Rome was broken, scarred by decades of conflict. A lesser man might have ruled through fear, executing enemies and consolidating power with an iron fist, but Augustus chose to build, not to break. He initiated the Pax Romana, 2 centuries of unprecedented peace and prosperity. He rebuilt the city of Rome, famously boasting he found it a city of bricks and left it a city of marble. He established laws, reformed the military, and created a stable government that would last for generations. This wasn't the work of a man driven by emotion or rage. It was the work of a visionary, a leader whose strength came from an unwavering inner calm. His leadership was born from control, a testament to the idea that true authority is earned through justice and order, not demanded through force. So, what is the timeless lesson from Augustus's life? It's this: power gained through anger and impulse is like a wildfire. It burns bright and hot, but it consumes itself and leaves nothing but ash. It's fleeting. But power built on a foundation of self-control, patience, and discipline is like a great monument. It is built stone by stone, meticulously and deliberately. It withstands the storms of time. Anger burns fast. Discipline builds empires. This principle applies to every aspect of our lives, in your career, in your relationships, in your personal goals. The ability to manage your emotions, to think clearly under pressure, and to act with intention is your greatest asset. Think about it. The urge to react emotionally, to send that angry text, to quit when things get hard, that's your inner chaos. Augustus teaches us to master that chaos. Before you can lead a team, build a business, or create the life you want, you must first become the master of yourself. You can't rule your world if you can't rule your mind. This is the journey to the next level. It's not about being emotionless. It's about not being a slave to your emotions. It's about channeling that energy into focused, deliberate action. Remember the words of the man who ruled the greatest empire: control creates power. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the mind of a master strategist. If this story of ancient wisdom and modern motivation resonated with you, let it be the start of your own empire of self-control. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for more lessons from the legends of history. Until next time, stay disciplined, stay focused, and build your own legacy.